This is so weird. Hi, if you are here, I'm assuming it's probably because you came from my Instagram account, which used to be Modern Day Mama Life. Now it's At Home with Maddie. I just changed it recently, like earlier this year. But I also have had this channel for a very long time, since like 2018, I believe. So maybe you're seeing this video because you were a follower from back then. So it's been a while, so hi. It's good to see you again. This is like such a surreal moment. So I'm currently sitting in our brand new master bedroom in our new rental home that we just got like a week and a half ago. So basically I just wanted to give the story of like how we got to this rental home after living in my in-laws house for almost 3 years, and just the journey that we've been on. So we were actually living at my in-laws back in 2017 and into 2018. My husband and I got married June of 2018, and I fell pregnant very shortly after we got married. So we were like, okay, we need to move out. Like, I don't want to be pregnant in my in-laws house. So we bought a house. It was a very large house for us at the time, but we thought it was going to be like our forever home. So we were like, we're going to fill it up, you know, growing our family. And it was in a new development, so we liked that it was like a really nice house, a nice area, all of that. So we had our first son there, and then we did end up having another son there as well. His birth story is absolutely wild, and I will tell that another day, but he was born in that home, unplanned. Although that home holds a lot of memories for our family, unfortunately the neighborhood itself was just kind of like going downhill. There was a lot of really bad crime happening there, which was surprising because it was literally right outside of like the courthouse for the county, and also a fire station, and like just in an area you wouldn't think that like such bad crime would happen, like right so close to all these like government buildings and things. So we decided that we did not want to stay in that neighborhood, and also this just happened to be right after COVID, where the housing market like skyrocketed. And so we were like, okay, if we're gonna move, like we know we don't want to be here forever anymore, let's do it now because we can sell our house for some big bucks. So we did, and we made some pretty good money off of selling our house, and we were actually going to find land and build. That was kind of our first plan. But we couldn't really find land that we liked, so we obviously knew like we were going to be moving in with my in-laws. The other part to it too was that my husband and I were in the process of opening up a new restaurant, so we knew that when that restaurant opened, we were going to need a lot of help with the 2 boys. So being at my in-laws just seemed to be the best situation for us, like short term. Okay, let's see how much we can record. So we moved in with them. We kind of put building a house on hold because my sister actually was being like kicked out of her rental house with her husband because the landlord wanted to move back into that home, and they were getting married later in the year, and so they had nothing saved up for like getting a house because all their money was going towards their wedding. So we were like, well, why don't we put this money, this big chunk of change that we got from selling our house, into an investment property, and my sister can rent it from us. And you know, rental income is like really good to have, so it's not something that people can typically do, especially when they're like younger. So we did that, and we got the house for my sister and my now brother-in-law. And shortly after that, I found out I was pregnant again. So we were kind of like, okay, let's stay at my in-laws for a little bit longer, because now having 3 boys that are all 4 and under just seemed like a lot. And my husband was working a lot because we just opened this brand new restaurant the same year, and there's a lot of work to be done the first year you open a business. And so I was like, let's stay here. So we did, and we thought we were only going to be there for like a year and a half, maybe like 2 years, and it will be 3 years that we've been there at the end of this month, actually. Wow, I didn't even realize that. So we've basically been there for 3 years. So yeah, we have been looking for a house since like last fall, basically. We've been like looking, but we're very particular about the area we want to be in, the home has to be in like a certain condition and have very like specific, our wants list is kind of long. So we're just very picky because we know that this home the next home we move into will most likely be our forever home, especially with the prices of houses around here. So a couple months ago, we actually tried to get a home that was like pretty much the perfect home for us, and it didn't end up working out. There was a lot of issues with like taxes and things like that because of our new business, and we learned a lot from that. So that didn't end up working out, and that was really disappointing. And so at that point we were like, okay, we can continue to just look, and we don't know how long that's actually going to take. Or if we like want to be out of my in-laws house, not only just because like, you know, we didn't like being there, because we really loved being there. The help was amazing. My boys loved having their like aunts and uncles and their grandparents right there. But it was just time, you know, 3 years. And also we were kind of outgrowing the space, even though we did have the whole basement, which was very, very fortunate, and our own bathroom and everything. But yeah, it was just time for us to get out of there. And so we started looking at rental homes, and our whole thing with renting was like, if we're gonna rent, it's gonna be like a new experience and it's gonna be fun, and obviously a move-in ready home, and like just we wanted an easy process. And we found this house that's actually right down the street from the business my husband and I own, and it is absolutely perfect. Like the space, the look of it. The reason why I changed my Instagram account name is because I want to move from doing motherhood lifestyle content to doing more home decor, interior design. And this home is like literally set up for that. It's so perfect, the natural lighting, like everything. So it was just an opportunity we could not pass up. And then also getting to live in downtown, like a completely different lifestyle than we're used to. We're used to living in a neighborhood, very like rural side of the town. Now we're here, and it just happened like super fast, and we're not fully moved in yet, but we're getting there. And we're just so excited. So that's the whole like journey that we've been on to get here. So it's been a process, and there's been a lot of ups, a lot of downs, and we're so excited to like start this entire new chapter for us and for the boys. They are like at the perfect ages too to be living down here, where we can walk to like the libraries right down the street. There's 3 different parks around us. We can walk to the restaurant. We actually just got back from walking to the restaurant to get some lunch real quick, and then came back and I put my youngest son down for a nap, and I'm like, this is actually amazing. Like this is so nice. It's like we're on vacation like 100% of the time. It's a huge blessing, and I just have to thank God for walking us through this whole like journey, and just keeping us, you know, positive and trusting in him, and knowing that there's a reason why, you know, we were in my in-laws house for as long as we were. There's a reason why getting the other house didn't work out. Like it was all meant to be. So thank you for watching this video if you made it this far, and I am gonna have a lot more like home content and just like vlogging and super fun stuff coming up. So make sure you subscribe and put the notification bell on so that you know every time I post a new video.